Good evening, everyone. It's Joseph here talking from tropical Queensland, Australia. And as I'm doing a couple of times a week, I want to talk to you about psychic things and a little bit of spiritual things. I don't consider myself an overly spiritual man, but I'm someone who's lived for a while and has dealt a great deal with psychic phenomena and people and their pain and readings and what it is to be human in our modern world. Now, there's something, now, of course, you take whatever I say with a pinch of salt, make your own minds up. I'm not here to give you the truth. I'm here to give you my opinion, and feel free to go and watch cat videos. I don't care. But something I think that the modern New Age movement, etc., has ignored is pain, the reality of pain in human beings. I think we've Americanized everything, and no offense to my American friends, but there is that underlying thing with America of success and of positivity in the face of all sorts of difficulties. And that's worked very well in many ways for the United States as a country, but in some ways it doesn't work so well. It's got strong religious undertones, really. For example, the church throughout the ages has taught people that if something horrendous happens to you, it's God's will, and so therefore it's not to be questioned. Whatever it was, whether it was cancer or loss of a child or some horror, that it was somehow meant to be, and that God's will is indecipherable and we should basically just take it. Also, there was the problem for the church, of people committing suicide, something not uncommon throughout human history. Now, the Catholic Church taught that such people were beyond redemption and would go and burn forever and ever and be punished for killing themselves. Martin Luther came along, who also had his own problems, it seems, and taught that if someone committed suicide, it was no different than if they'd been pushed off a cliff by their anxieties, their emotions, whatever illness or darkness was gripping their soul. A very different approach. Okay, so here we are in modern times. It's no longer the will of God, well, not mostly, but now it's put down to karma, well, a Western version of karma, a prosperity karma. And it's interesting because the idea of karma is you do good things will happen to you. That's how it's interpreted here. But I would think that the motive behind doing something matters equally greatly. Like with the church, for example, do good deeds, go to heaven, be kind to your neighbour, and these are all wonderful things. But if you're only doing them because you're going to go to heaven or you're going to get reincarnated as someone or something better, I don't think that has value of any kind whatsoever, because your motives are purely selfish, aimed at improving your lot, self-gratification. It's got no real interest in the person you're trying to help. So in many ways, I consider that just worthless. So how do we deal with these terrible things that happen to us? Now, the other thing is these sort of books on self-improvement, and you can be a millionaire like you can all be millionaires, and you can do this and you can do that. And the same idea with prayer, asking God or whatever you consider it to be, to help us get that job, to make the relationship better, to heal my broken toenail, whatever. But if you think about it, even the fact you have an electronic device to watch me talking, compared to many people in the world, life is not so bad. You're not a child dying in a refugee camp in Syria, or the myriad other ways that human beings suffer across the face of the earth. Now, let's say, for example, there is a God answering prayers. I personally think he should go and take care of that Syrian child before he fixes my Apple computer. Just in terms of priorities. I personally think that should be the way to go. Which is, of course, a pointless statement because it's not going to happen anyway. What I'm trying to say is here, on your spiritual journey, just be honest. If you're in it for you want to fly or you want to go between worlds, just do it. Be honest. Don't pretend it away. You're becoming this amazing person. It's part of our species to be driven forward to try new things, to overcome difficulties, which is why we've conquered and ruined the planet, but that's another side of it. There's certainly a good side. The other thing is that people, however spiritual they are, or whatever they can do in the terms of healing, that some people can be great healers. I myself have helped trigger healing energies in people over the years. But I have my illnesses, I have epilepsy, I have things going on which I don't really like much. But if you look into shamanism, for example, I'd encourage you to go back to the 19th century books and sources. It's very interesting, and it's not overshadowed by our more modern way of seeing the world. It looks at the shamans probably as they were, which was they weren't always so nice. But also they were called the wounded healers. People who became shamans, they were messed up in their childhood. They heard voices, they had bad experiences, they felt spirits attacking them. They had all the symptoms of what we consider schizophrenia in their late teens going into their 20s. They had all these horrible things happen, and then, invariably through the help of other people, other shamans or whatever, they would have a breakthrough, sense the complete destruction of themselves, and then become something beautiful and shining and different. Whereas in our culture, such people are just basically medicated, and that's the end of the story. So, if you have issues, if you have problems, if you have health problems, if you have mental health issues, I'm sorry for you, and it's sad, but in the long term, it shouldn't stop your progress, your ability to do extraordinary and amazing things. They're a storm, they blow us along. So put your sail up, let it blow you somewhere good, don't let it destroy you, don't let it wreck you on the shore. And also it's given you compassion for other human beings. Also, well done in surviving your life, in dealing with all of these things, and the loneliness and the loss. It's been hard, and it is hard. It's hard being a human being, and it's hard being alone. We're all alone in our own way. And how wonderful it is when we get to spend time just communicating with our fellow beings. That includes cats, by the way, including my two beautiful black ones. So I wish you all the best. Hang on, I've just got to get my new clicky thing to turn off the phone. Look how advanced I am. Look how amazingly technological I am as I get older. I wish you all every good thing. Look at that.